Yeah. Hello and welcome to another edition of Hotseat right on Ogun State Television. I am Moses or Jewumi. This is a program where we interview those that have reached the pinnacle of their career, those making meaningful contributions to nation building. And yes, my guest today does all of that even beyond. He's the country director of the International Society of Diplomats, ISD, UK, and also the founder, Otunba Adejare Adegbenro Foundation. I've already let out the cat out of the bag. And he's Otunba Dr. Adejare Adegbenro. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Moses.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, there's a lot to know about him. So quickly, let's get to see his profile in full. And when we come back, we hit the interview segment of the show. Stay with us. And that was the profile of my guest, Otunba Dr. Adejare Adegbenro, you could see. Also the International Liaison Director, Patron and Protocol Officer of Century Educare OY in Finland. That came just a few weeks ago. So let's sink our teeth into it. You are from a very political conscious family. I mean, your grandfathers or your grandparents, Dauda Soroye Adegbenro from the paternal side. Then we have that financier of Nadeco, Chief Alfred Ruwane, from the maternal side. I mean, how has this shaped your political consciousness?
Well, I was raised in two political homes. You are quite correct about that. And it's very funny because I think in the family, I'm the only one that really is out there trying to follow my two grandfathers' footsteps, because I believe in what they struggled for, and especially the way my grandfather died. And trust me, is one of the things that is my backbone story, that I must succeed and make an impact of myself as Adejare Adegbenro to surpass what they left. So it's been challenging, but it's something that I'm taking it easy, but I'm hitting the right spots.
Okay, you are reaching the right spots. Now let's talk about, I look at all of this that you do, awards, the international appointments that you've bagged, even recently, like I say, you just bagged one from Finland. And some would say it is a launch pad into politics. So will you regard yourself as a politician? Because I've seen you defend the current administration led by President Bola Tinubu in many fora.
Well, awards will always be given to who is deserved. So I've been honored to have such awards. But when you come into politics, there's no Nigerian that's not a politician. We are all politicians. Even in your house, you're a politician.
Okay. Well, you're a security expert of repute, and like I did say that you're a staunch supporter of the APC, a staunch supporter of the president. Now let's look at it. We have security challenges in the nation. We are now battling banditry, kidnapping, terrorism somewhat. So, I mean, Looking at what's happened recently in Kwara State, what has happened in Benue, we've seen killings in Plateau States, and that of Kwara became, shocking. I mean, did that come as a surprise to you, or when will all of this be nipping the bud?
Well, the current administration, as we speak, from a security point of view, they're winning the war, but a lot of people will not see it. There's a lot of multi-factor that is causing this thing. You have political office holders. You have people that want to come into politics. You have people that are jobless. And you have people that just doesn't want this regime to work. This is a government that they inherited a lot of security challenges. Nigeria is so complex that a lot of people do not understand. Security goes down to Moses, you and I. You get what I'm saying? Community policing, we don't do it. You get what I'm saying? How can you say you have a neighbor and the neighbor that stays, he only comes out at night, and in the morning, he doesn't go out? Don't you tend to wonder that there's something around you? Nobody reports anything. Everybody just says it's their business. But it's not your business. It is our business to make sure that this community policing is acted upon. If you see something strange, like you go to a restaurant, you see new faces near your area, you should be able to tell police, like how it's done around the world. You get what I'm saying? And we need to help the police. A policeman will not know what is going on unless you tell him. You get what I'm saying? Yes, we have the challenges, the technology is there, but we are battling a lot of issues. And those issues that we are battling is not what I'll come on national TV and come and start saying of security thing. But I'll tell you something, the president is so hard on this insecurity. And yes, it's a guerrilla warfare. And I believe that was because we are winning the battle. From my own perspective, there are certain things I would not say on TV, and we need to embrace ourselves to say, look at my neighbor, watch my neighbor. Who am I employing? Who is coming into town? Who are these new faces? You get what I'm saying? We don't do that. And everybody keeps blaming the president, the president, the president. The president has his people. He has the military, he has the Air Force, he has the Army, he has the police, he has the civil defense, and everybody is trying. Then you now have the National Security Advisor, who is well endowed in making sure that this thing works, and is working night and day. Malam Rubadu is working night and day, whether you like it or not. He's trying his best, and that his best is still being sabotaged by saboteurs. I don't need to mention names, but that is the reality.
But I mean, who are these saboteurs? These saboteurs should be identified and prosecuted. So just like we had of terrorism financiers,
we are in democracy. We're in democracy. People are being tried. People are being caught. People, it's not something that you just say, you just go and kill somebody for killing's sake. You get what I'm saying? There's a process. That's why you have the democracy, not the military regime. So democracy too has its own shortfall to the limit of what you can do security-wise. You get what I'm saying? Left to me, as a security expert, what I would do, democracy cannot handle it.
But when it comes to national security, don't you think that there's actually a lot that can be done?
A lot is being done, but you see,
anybody sabotaging the security architecture of the nation, that can be tagged as treason.
It is treason. I totally agree with you, Mayoko. But let us be frank with ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Eh? Let us face this thing. Let us help ourselves to help the security situation. You get what I'm saying? Every day you wake up, you hear new stories. And when I look at the story, it saddens me that a lot of these things can be avoided. Because a lot of people do not know your president of today, the government of today. He's somebody that wants peace. He's somebody that is fighting day and night. I can tell you that. I've known him since I was 16.
Well, people want results.
They want results, but you see, results, you can't get results automatic. In Nigeria, we are so quick to say, what's it called? You know, for the first time, you have a man who was bold enough to remove subsidy. You have a man, everything, yes, everybody is suffering it. Moses, you are suffering it. I'm suffering it. But I can see that what this man is trying to do, I can see a green light at the end of the tunnel. But Nigerians, we are too quick to say, oh, let us fix this thing. You can't fix it immediately. You know, everywhere you go to, it's just like now. Look at it, for instance, now. We're talking of electricity. You get me? If you do not have stable light, what do you think the actual reason is? You have to remember that there's a cartel, there's a diesel cartel, there's the people that bring generator in. You get what I'm saying? There are saboteurs. All these people, you have to deal with them in a diplomatic way. And for me, the problem that the president, listen, I cannot be president of Nigeria, even if you offer me on a plate of that, take it for free. I wouldn't. The president is overworked. Nigerian president is probably the highest president in the world.
But he signed up. I mean, he signed up for this, and
He
even
did.
told us that we shouldn't pity him.
See,
he wanted to become the president, and now he's the president.
He's the president, but how do you help the president? Do you help the president by criticizing or putting your effort into his regime?
But in democracy, people are free to criticize. This is democracy.
See, you can criticize. Nobody, as a president, you see people criticizing the president. But at the end of the day, do you see any response from him? No. Because he's matured about it. Every day, this is a man that right from pre-primaries, primaries, winning the election, he was going to do this. People are wishing him death. People are doing this and that. Did he die? No. It is only God that gives and it is only God that takes. But this man, at least let us give him the chance.
Okay. Now, is state policing a game changer? There have been talks about that. Even the president seems to be towing that line of state policing. But there are also fears.
I'm totally against state policing. State policing? Yes. State policing will not work because obviously in democracy, the chief executive officer of a state is the governor.
Yes.
Now, what happens if you have is an APC president and you have a PDP state? Who is the commissioner of the state going to listen to? Isn't it the governor?
Sure.
So why that complex? What we actually need to do, what police needs to do, because police, you see, police is very equipped. You get what I'm saying?
Nigerian police?
Nigeria is very equipped, well equipped. But for the system to fail, people need to readjust. Now, let me give you a typical example. You send a police commissioner. We are in Ogun State today now. You bring a police commissioner from Borno. He doesn't speak Yoruba. He knows nothing about Ogun State. How is he going to achieve if he's a police commissioner in Ogun State?
But it doesn't work like that every time.
Most of the time,
the current commissioner
most of the time, 90%
police is Yoruba. The immediate past in Ogun State is Yoruba.
From where? So, from where? We have to have a system whereby whoever you are sending knows the terrain. It's not by knowing book or carrying a gun. You have to know the terrain. You must have relationship with all the traditional rulers. You must have the ballets. You must have the people, even to the people, the boats, the people that go and pick sand and pick fish in the sea that come. It's based on intelligence. Police can only work on intelligence. And if you don't trickle down to that effect, it becomes hard for a commissioner to function. Then if you now have a governor that is not in tune with you, he will make your life miserable. Because you cannot challenge an executive governor. He has immunity. So now, here is the problem that we are facing. How do we now curb it? He has to know your neighbor. Police should go around and start teaching people the awareness. Know your neighbor. By the time you put that on and you give the traditional institution the power to come, because the traditional institution is the most powerful tool in any state. They own the masses. they will now be able to do what they need to do. But if they don't do that, it's chaotic. It's very simple.
Yeah, I mean, traditional institution, there have been talks about, we should give them more roles and all of that.
110%.
So what role will you give traditional rulers? Well, we know we have the local government, we have state government, we have federal government. So how can we recognize them constitutionally?
You see, constitutionally, you are coming back to the National Assembly. Because unless you want to amend your constitution.
I mean, what roles should be given?
It should be given. It should be accorded to them that, what's it called? They engage them more, they elevate them to hear their voices, and you empower them so that they can empower the masses. There are so many things you can empower the masses with, from food to welfare to everything. It should be channeled through the traditional institution. Because the traditional people will get down to the root, because they are the ones that know the exact root of which problem is at and who are the troublemakers. You get what I'm saying? So once you put that platform, a governor is there, then you now have the traditional rulers. You are bound to succeed. It baffles me when they leave the traditional institution. When I was growing up, I'm in my 50s, when I was growing up, the traditional institution was so high. We look at them very high. But today, you don't. It is sad. We need to look, governors need to look into it, and there are councils of traditional rulers in every single state. You elevate them. Don't keep them as if they are down here. No, they control the masses. Is it when it's time for election that you now go and wake them up as a governor and say, you now need, what's it called? You now need votes. You now go and talk to a king, or you go and talk to a ballet, or you go and talk to them? No. It starts the day you take office, is when you talk to all the traditional rulers and you engage them and you empower them so that they can help the administrative part of the state instead of a state police. They will now give you all the thing. They will call them into order. We've seen it. Nigerians are very obedient. We are not mad people. We know our rights. Why is it that we behave? Nigerians everywhere in the world. Why is it that we behave abroad? But here in our own country, we don't behave. Because
no, the idea with the state policing now is, we say, oh, the governor is the chief security officer of the state. But in a situation where the governor gives an order, then the IGP gives a counter, directive. Which one will the commissioner, police listen to? Definitely the IGP before the governor. And it's looking as if the Nigerian police are overstretched, somewhat. So, and then why can't we upgrade the community policing we have to state policing? That will give them more arms, because now they use more of dude guns and all of that. So this elevation will give them the right tools to fight crime.
You see, for me, as far as I'm concerned, Bayoko, you see, you're saying that Nigerian police is overstretched. Let's face the fact. What is our total workforce in law enforcement?
I mean, I don't think
1 point something million.
Okay. 1 point something million.
So now, out of the 1 point something million, how many is guarding state governors, ministers, permanent secretaries, DGs of MDs? Remove that.
Yeah, the VIPs.
The VIPs. Remove that. How many do we have? And we are close to 300, if not more, people. We're not even saying that is 10%. We're not even saying it is 1%. So yes, they're overstretched. We don't have enough workforce. So if we now want to get the workforce, we don't need to arm for community-based policing for any Tom, Dick and Harry to have a gun. I'm totally against that. We should be able to give the information to the right people, which is you go to police, as they say, police is your friend. Let's go back to the basic. Go back, help. Let the traditional institution talk to their people. Okay, this is what is happening here. We saw a funny trailer coming with this. We saw some henchmen, or we saw some funny looking people. You tell your traditional ruler, they will now tell the governor, or they will tell the commissioner of police, and they know what to do. But we ourselves, we sit down and with that try to criticize government and have this pull down syndrome, instead of you to say, let us put ourselves in that position. Mayoko, if it is your family or my family that is being attacked, that is when you will hear my voice. You will not hear my voice if it is not. But every day this thing is happening and it's getting closer. So how many people do you actually want to do? And yet you pull down this syndrome and you say President Tinubu. Okay, President Tinubu is a human being, isn't he? Can one president be in every single state? Is impossible.
Yeah, but he's the leader.
He's the leader.
He has a
but,
cabinet.
excuse me, he has a cabinet.
Yeah.
But inside the same cabinet, you choose people that is cabinet. If you look at them, they're all educated, right or wrong. They're all very exposed, right or wrong. But you now have the situation of self-being. We Nigerian is a God thing, is a prayer thing that we need. We need deliverance. When I say we need deliverance, you get what I'm saying?
Otunba, even when Goodluck Jonathan was the president, I mean, we've seen tweets, even the current president, criticized him. People criticized some of those that are holding public offices today, criticized Goodluck Jonathan. So that people are criticizing the president, well, I feel it's normal.
It is normal. I don't mind people criticizing Mayoko, but let it be constructive criticizing. Not you just play into the gallery, go. You see, the world is so technically advanced now that social media rules the world. So whether you like it or not, criticizing and sitting in your bedroom without doing anything, what is that? Tell me, let us be serious. What is that? You get people that will just wake up in the morning and just quickly send something into social media. It causes chaos and everybody is running helter-skelter. What is this? What is that? I'm not on any social media. The only social media I have is WhatsApp, and that's because of my children. Because if I'm meant to go by what goes on from what I hear, what goes on in the social media, I will run mad myself. But at the end of the day, why would I want to put a country down that is my country? Nigeria is my country. My grandfather died for this democracy we are enjoying today. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a father. I will take a bullet 100 times for him. Because he fought. He was like my grandfather's first child. He fought Abacha. Do you know what it is to fight Abacha? Do you know what it is to fight the military man, Abacha? What they did? And they risked their life, their family's life. And you think that he doesn't know what he's doing? Look at what he has done. He stayed 2 terms in Lagos State. After the 2 terms in Lagos State, he's the only man that I know in Nigeria that believes in capacity building. He's a giver. He's not a Muslim bigot or is, what's he called, arrogant president. He's for everybody. Like he says, Emilokon, yes, it is his time. Let him do his 8 years and let us see the CV. Don't let us criticize a government that was so decayed that has been coming on for years. It's like a root canal. If your teeth is paining you, you have 2 ways of removing it. Either you remove it or you do a root canal. Isn't that right? So right now, he's doing root canal to Nigeria. But Nigerians don't want that. They want the tooth to be out. That's not how it works. We're in democracy. Let us join hands together and make Nigeria one. That is why my slogan is there. I'm a Nigerian and my tribe comes second. Now, they've put religious into it. They've put traditional, where you're from, into it. All these things because of politics. It is cheap politics that they're using to separate us. I grew up having Muslim, Christian, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, we were all together. I didn't grow up in this mess that our children are living in. And we are all part of the problem. How many of us that our children can speak our own dialect where they are from? None. At least you say 90-something%. We've lost our traditional values and we have to reclaim and do a national reorientation and help others so that we can project what this man's agenda is. What is his agenda? As the First Lady said, God has blessed them so much that they are not coming here to steal money. They are coming here to work. Is it money you want to give to the president that he doesn't have? He's a successful man. Whether you like it. Look at what he did to Lagos State. And he's still doing it today. But people will come out and I feel, oh, no, because of their own belief and selfish belief and all these things. No, don't let us play politics with our country. Let us come together and fix it. Not for us to be hating ourselves and be doing pull down syndrome from your bedroom. Come out, come and join the political terrain. Come and put your quota. The other day I was misquoted by saying that youths are lazy. It's not that youths are lazy. What I was trying to say is that nothing is going to drop on your leg. You have to fight for it and go and take it. Whether we like it or not. If you look at back in the past, the military regime. Go on.
Well, now, I'm talking about youths, particularly in this region. See, there's this Japa syndrome now. Many have traveled out, because they feel, what's the hope, for Nigerian youths, the high rates of unemployment, the insecurity challenges. Some even left because of the children. Say, okay, I want my children to grow in a better, in a safer, environment. And those that have not left, they are hoping that one day they will have the opportunity to go. So how will the president instill confidence, in the youths that, okay, this is your country, you can, I've seen people that left and they will say, wow, we are really suffering in Nigeria. I mean, you travel out a lot, the president, bourgeoisie, you all travel out, you see how the Western countries or developed countries are. So why is it so difficult to turn things around? Please, I beg your pardon. You did talk about electricity, for instance. We are still hovering around 4,000, 5,000 megawatts. Why Egypt, South Africa, they are doing almost times 10 of that.
What did they inherit, Mayoko? Let's go down. What did they inherit? I don't like to do blame hate game. You get what I'm saying? Let's sort what is on ground. And this is what this man is trying to do. And people do not like it. You get what I'm saying? We are saying that people are doing Japa. Japa, you are doing Japa to go and do a work that you will not do in your own country. To go no, excuse me. It's not about survival. That's not survival as far as I'm concerned. That's stupidity. Because as far as I'm concerned, I am a patriot. Whether I like it or not, I am British. But guess what? Nigeria comes first because I can never be classified as a Brit. So for me, is to stay here. So if I'm staying here and trying to see that it works, the same problem, no matter the amount you have, there's always the measurement of that problem. So whether you don't have, you have this problem. When you have, you also have this problem. Now, how do you now capture that? If all of us decide to say we down tool and we leave Nigeria, who is going to change the Nigeria? The youths that are going to go and make other people's country instead of making your own country. If you see where I'm coming from, national reorientation. Our psyche has to change. If we change our psyche and we all come together, we have a lot of well-to-do people in Nigeria. We don't have to put everything on federal government. How many rich men?
Well, a lot happens at the macro level. That's where the big decisions are being made, policies are being formulated, policies that will affect you and I.
But which policy has been
at our own personal level? We are talking about the micro level. So there is a little kind of we can do at that level.
Let me tell you something.
For example, you don't have control over power. You don't have control over the oil and gas industry.
Let me tell you something. See, Mayoko, we are our own problem. That's why I say it's a God's problem. It's as if we are cursing ourselves. If you wake up every morning and you say Nigeria can never be good, will it be good? We have to be positive-minded. We have to be prayerful. Ashiwaju is your president. You pray for him for guidance. You yourself, you change your way of thinking. By prayer is...
We have always been prayerful.
See, that is why Nigeria has still remained. And we need to continue. People that are the true prayers, we don't know them. I'm not a perfect Christian. I was born Muslim. My middle name is Nuruddin. My father is Baba Adini. But guess what? I followed my mother. I schooled in England, and I went to a Catholic school, and I'm a Catholic, and I do not have any regrets. But guess what? We need to remove that thing that's inside our blood, our DNA, to say that let us be patriotic. Don't let us give up hope. Pray that this government, whoever the ministers are, whoever it is, let us see. If it is not, then come out. There's a medium you can talk. Aren't I talking with you on the medium? You invited me. I am talking to you. They have ways of going. The same way they say they go into TikTok or Twitter or Instagram, they can say something positive. Let us galvanize ourselves to a way and let the entrepreneurs, the philanthropists, the so-called bankers and everybody.
Otunba, there will always be opposition.
Naturally, that's democracy for you.
What does opposition do?
See,
they criticize, even in the United States.
Of course. Look at what is going on in America. You see, you're looking in America, and America is saying they're going to lay off so how many workers, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. They come up with different policy, this one, that one, blah, 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 etc. At the end of the day, what is the nitty-gritty? We Nigerians are the ones that are spoiling ourselves. Are you saying Arabs are not corrupt? Are you saying Europeans are not corrupt? Are you saying Americans are not corrupt? It's called institutional corruption. But we, our own corruption, we go and give it to a Igbo man. He will keep our money, develop his country. Or you travel to their country, you now become a nuisance. They use you to clean the toilet. They use you to do this, all the dirty jobs that their own citizens cannot do. Now, who is now being stupid? Let us look at it. I would not advise my child that go into this level. Come and make an impact in your country. I want to build my own name. Asiwaju has put his name in the history book of Nigeria, and that is what I want to do in my own generation and in all my friends that I have thinking. I am strictly for this government, but it's democracy, as you said.
It's democracy, so you can choose.
So you can choose to be whatever you want to be. And
welcome.
I'm welcoming them. They should come and debate with me. Not that what's it called. The president is too high of a father to come and be talking to everybody. You get what I'm saying? People like us that we know him will go out and try and put the vision out. This is a man that is traveling. He has adopted the president's way, Obasanjo, in the first 4 years. General Obasanjo is my papa. He went to try and change Nigeria's image. Nigeria's image is so battered. This man is doing things. For the first time, you're having a direct flight from Brazil to Nigeria. You know, there's so many things that has been going on that they don't project well. Maybe his media team is not up to standard like yourself, Mayoku. But guess what? It's what they put out there that you get the reports from.
So will you say Nigeria has an image problem? Because going online, you see, I know those that got jobs abroad, and on knowing that they are Nigerians, say, oh, Nigerians, no, we don't want to deal with Nigeria. So looking at that, is that an image problem? And perhaps can also juxtapose that with that of Kemi Badenoch, who some would say has been demarketing Nigeria. She has said, she has dissociated herself from Nigeria.
First and foremost, Kemi Badenoch, as far as I'm concerned, she's not a Nigerian. Because anybody that can put their country down, which is Nigeria, to demarket Nigeria for political gain in another person's country, she's a Nigerian. And she's using it for cheap gains of political will. To become prime minister, she doesn't know the Brits. She should go and look at history and read well. Charity begins at home. She said they couldn't give her passport. In your passport, what's written at the passport? Property of federal government of Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, if I have my own way, I'll seize her passport because she's not in Nigeria. Let her stay as being British. She has no business with us. Because if you had business, you would try and cure Nigerians' problem and talk about Nigeria. If you have a problem with Nigeria, you are a member of parliament, you have access to the president, you have access to anybody in government to say, where and how can we change Nigerians' narrative instead of demarketing Nigeria and talk so bad about your country. As far as I'm concerned, she's not Nigerian. I don't have no respect for her, and it's not somebody that I will want to talk about because she's not on my level of thinking. She's not patriotic. So as far as I'm concerned, she is British, so she should change her name to Kemi London or Kemi UK. It is okay. Let us leave her out of the market because she is too small of in the political terrain to say that this or that, because you cannot be stupid to be abusing your own country. How would I, anywhere that I go to in the world, all my t-shirts, all my tracksuits, I'm a Nigerian, there's body written behind me, anybody that sees it. Because I am proud and I'm a patriot of Nigeria. Any day, anywhere. Anybody that cannot be patriotic to Nigeria doesn't need to be in Nigeria. Let them go. After all, we are 300 and something million. Let them go.
But when we talk about the market in Nigeria, don't you also think that corruption is also one of the ways of the market in Nigeria? When you hear, some level of embezzlement, some level of mismanagement of funds, and it's a global village now. Whatever it's happening here, it's known all over the world. Also, for example, let me give you some stats here. MBS, the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, reported 614,937 deaths in Nigeria from May 2023 to April 2024. And between January and March 2025, about 2,000 Nigerians were killed in violent incidents nationwide. So hearing all of this, this news also in a way at the market in Nigeria. So when people are abroad, they feel like, oh, the whole Nigeria is on fire. Because when they hear news like this.
Do you know what will shock you? Why don't you go and do your research well? How many killings happens in the United Kingdom?
No, this is MBS.
No, I'm not talking about what you said. Go to the United Kingdom and see how many killings goes on daily. Then you see that Nigeria doesn't have a problem. It's not, go to America. How many people are dying every day? Someone will carry a gun and start shooting people randomly.
I'm not even comparing.
See, no, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is that it is so focused. Nigeria is the giant of Africa, and we always shine anywhere we go to. Demarket Nigeria so that certain people can come in and make money. Oh, I don't want to go to Nigeria, but there's still expatriates here making money, right or wrong. Oh, it is happening bad here. Don't bother coming because they're enjoying it. How many of them can live the lifestyle that they're living in Nigeria? So for them to look down on us, to demarket us so that certain clan can make money and keep it to themselves. But the president is trying to break all that to make sure that it's an open field for everybody. You get what I'm saying? We are doing so many things. You get what I'm saying? There are many things that we are doing that we are not even seeing in the right direction. There are so many people. You have the Nigerian Immigration Service. Look at what she has done. She's a woman. You have the Minister of Interior, Bumi Ojo, is a young man. Look at what he has done. You get what I'm saying? There are so many things that we are doing systematically, but people are not looking at that. They are looking at. They are looking at.
Olubunmi Ojo is one of the high-performing ministers. But performance does not really cut across.
It does.
Every sector.
You know why it does? Because every single agency underneath Interior, you have prison service, you have civil service, you have correctional service. Correctional service, civil defense, fire service, immigration, all underneath one umbrella. And all of them have been very hard on recruitment of people. They're the highest. And they have been going and recruiting people and recruiting and recruiting and recruiting. So you cannot tell me they don't cut across all. They do. Because anybody that is doing recruitment for the federal government is doing well as far as I'm concerned. Because I feel the pain that people are educated and they cannot get jobs. You get what I'm saying?
But we need more than the
Yes.
federal government shouldn't be
but federal government
biggest employer.
But you see,
corporate bodies.
See, corporate bodies would
private sector.
Private sectors
should be.
But
so
private sector,
but
you see, the private sector, everybody is selfish to their need. That is why I say everybody is within us. Our problem is within us, individuals. They can do and undo. You don't have to wait as you are just coming back to what I threw back at you. You are saying corporate service. Corporate service and the individuals. What are they doing? What are they doing? Must it be relied on Bola Tinubu to employ people?
But enabling environment must be created.
Excuse me.
So
the enabling
business. So you can answer that yourself.
You are saying the enabling environment. Look at it. Aren't people making profit every day? Banks are making profit every day, whether you like it or not. Oil and gas, they are making profits every day.
We need more industries. Away from the hospitality, away from banks, we need to be industrialized, and that's how we earn the respect of global powers.
But being industrialized is how.
Industry. Otunba, in 2024, textile imports cost Nigeria 762 billion naira, and I could recall that in 2023 it was about 377 billion naira. So we need to start producing. We need to
revive
our textile industry.
You have that orientation.
And there'll be jobs for people automatically.
Mayoko, Nigeria is our individual problem. Even if today, what is wrong in us when Adejare? But we'll rather. Yes, you see them. They will have one or two.
I wear Adejare.
See,
in Ogun State, for instance, it is compulsory for civil servants to wear Adejare every Friday.
But guess what? The same civil servant will still do what? 90% of his clothes is what? Is imported. Why can't we support our own?
We buy what is available.
Excuse me.
Our textile industry.
Mayoko, every day look at how many textile people do we have in what's it called, in Abeokuta, for instance? Now the Chinese have taken over the Adejare market, making copy.
So whose fault?
Excuse me. Wait. Whose fault is that? Is that government's fault?
So
is it government's fault? It's individuals. It's individuals.
Okay.
Individuals, because they are coming into the market, they are going cheaper and making it cheaper, and they're facing the same challenges. They're facing the same challenges. But our greed level and orientation is what is killing us. A Chinese man is coming into your country. He's paying the same amount that you are paying to make that same cloth, and he's cheaper.
Who will stop the Chinese, from importing those stuffs? I won't want to stop them.
See, excuse me, you can stop them. It is democracy. It is market strategy.
The only thing I can do.
It's market strategy. How can a Chinese man?
I know the Chinese Adejare. I know the locally made Adejare.
But
I buy the locally made Adejare. That's my own contribution. I won't buy
that is you. You are a minus. Why are they thriving?
Well,
it is ourselves. It is ourselves.
The Chinese Adejare is far cheaper.
Then it comes to individuals. Greed. It comes to greed. Because you cannot tell me that a Chinese man, can a Nigerian go to China and go and produce what's it called, clothes, and they'll buy it instead of buying our own stuff?
That's why we need to revive the textile industry.
By even if you want to revive that, we need the national orientation of ourselves. Today now, dollar goes up, yam goes up, plantain goes up. Who are the people buying the plantain? Who are the people doing the yam? Isn't it the same people? But everything is calculated as in dollar. Is it dollar that they're using to do yam? Is it dollar they're using to plant plantain? At the end of the day, if our own people cannot feed the next man, how do you want Nigeria to grow? How do you want the government to function? It is in our blood. We need to change. We need prayers for ourselves. It is sad, but I'm telling you, it even goes to me. Because by right, if I go to the market and I can buy yam for 5,000 naira per tuber, you get what I'm saying, and I pay for it, I'm part of the problem. But if I say I'm not eating yam, is too expensive. And everybody down to that they're not eating yam, we're going to go for this thing. But the same person that is doing the yam, he knows he doesn't maximize his own profit. He goes for the higher profit. You get what I'm saying? At the peripheral of another man to suffer. We do not have any problem in this country. God has blessed us in every single way. Nigeria is the best country, is God's own country. But we ourselves are the one killing Nigeria. Now you now have a progressive that wants to change Nigeria. It is almost like impossible if you don't do the national reorientation. And that national reorientation starts from you and I, Mayoku. You're a family man, you have a child. I know you very well. You look after your son. I know you. But how many people will now say they want to go, they want to do this thing, but do they care about their neighbor if they have eaten? Do they even give food to their neighbor? When I was growing up, my grandfather's house, we all grew up according to age is how they serve you. If we cannot help ourselves, don't blame the federal government for this and that. Okay. At the end of the day, we'll wait till...
Well, Otunba,
yes.
Our time is fast spent, but let me take you back into security, and we round off this interview. You know, my concern has always been the use of technology, and regarding kidnapping as one of the security challenges. Even away from kidnapping, I could recall there was a time we had of Tucano jets, that Nigeria would get Tucano jets, and we were very happy because they told us that, oh, Tucano jet will just be the game changer, particularly in the fight against terrorism. The jets can go high up the sky, so terrorists won't even know that there's something, targeting them. But now we've received the Tucano jet. It's as if, we've not made much progress.
Our security architects.
You're in the security business.
Our security architect. I'm not going to come and talk about our security, what we have or what we do not have. All I will just tell you is that we are winning the war. And when I say we are winning the war, is that it is so decayed that people cannot see that we are winning the war. And all this, majority of this thing is also artificial to make sure that this government comes down. You know that. So when you look at it, there are certain people that are hell-bent that are sponsoring this and sponsoring that and sponsoring this and sponsoring that.
Then prosecute them.
Excuse me, you have to catch them to prosecute them. But what do you now do when some people have covers like immunity?
Immunity?
I say no more.
Name and shame. So, like I did say initially, that national security is quite crucial.
National security, national security, if you know Malam No Rubadu, you will not mess with him. This is a man that when he was the FCC chairman, they almost killed him. This is a man that is a full, trained, thorough police officer. And this is a man that is passionate about Nigeria. I pray one day after our good presidents, Bola Tinubu Ahmed, leaves office after he does his 8 years, if someone like Inu Rubadu should come out from up north, I would vote for him. But people do not realize that. Look at what he told the Canadian thing. I felt proud. How can you say our military, our chief of defense staff, wants to come to your country with our people and you reject them visa? That is the height of disrespect. Who the hell are they? What did he come out? He was the only one that came out to face them, and look at what he said. That is a man that is patriotic, that you can all bugger off. I'll stay in my country, you stay in your country. But we don't see that. All of us, when you keep running, you run to another man's country. At the end of the day, what are they doing now? They now shift you back. When you shift you back, you are coming back to your worst position. Make your country, be patriotic to your country. Pray for your country and let us all be together as one. If we cannot do that, Nigeria cannot succeed. Nothing will move forward. I have conscience. I know the blood I come from. I know the privilege I was brought up in. And I want to show that back to the country. People should emulate that. I'm not perfect in any way. I've had my own challenges. And those challenges is what has made me stronger, not weaker. Mayoko.
Yeah, well, Nigerians want a better nation, and
by the grace of God,
I want to believe we're on the right path.
I know that we're on the right path, and I believe
better economy,
It's
they want
Nigeria is not
to be
a
safe
see
haven.
Nigeria is not
So,
a quick fix. Mayoko, Nigeria is not a quick fix. How many dialects do we have? How many Christian diversions do we have? How many Muslim sects do we have? It's so complicated. Nigeria is not what people just see and just think that you can just fix like that. And it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. But because people are selfish-minded to themselves, you get me? We are not moving anywhere. If you keep saying bad things about something, it will not be good. God will not hear your prayer. But if you keep crying to God that this country, we must make sure that it works, not start blaming individual. This one is a criminal. This one is a thief. This one is a corrupt. This one is a killer. This one is an armed robber. This one is this. For crying out loud, which country doesn't have a problem?
Well, but if it's by prayer, by now Nigeria will be far better.
How many people are doing? No, when I say prayer, Mayoko, I'm saying prayer that I believe that you're a Christian, and I believe that the prayer that you're praying is genuine prayer, because there are different types of prayers. You know, first of all, kids' prayers enters God's ear before adults. So you need to tell your children to be praying for their country as you are praying. Because if you are praying today now, how many people go to church to go and pray, and they are going to pray that they are going to do robbery the next day, or they are going to do kidnapping the next day? They still go to church and they still give the same offering. Is that prayer? It isn't prayer. We are talking of genuine prayer, which comes to orientation. If you don't get to that point, we ain't going far.
But also, I just think the bottom line is love. We need to love
one another.
Nation, the politicians, whoever you are,
come together.
The political class,
come
love this
together.
nation,
and let us move forward.
People,
simple.
Love the poor. And
simple.
Be more people oriented.
Simple.
So I feel that
if you show somebody love,
and
if you show somebody love, nobody is mad that will now say he wants to carry a gun to go and kill his neighbor. Impossible. If you give your neighbor food, he feels love. I'm not telling you that you should give somebody money. Put what's it called? Mayoko, I am not the richest man in Nigeria. But I tell you, I feed people in Abuja every month. I feed people in Lagos every month. And I feed people in Abeokuta every month. If every single Nigerian...
Some people would like to do what you do, but they don't have the capacity.
It's not that they don't have the capacity. They have the capacity, but they are selfish to themselves. Those are the people that are causing the problem. If everybody decides to show love, we won't have this problem. Mayoko, if it is not love and the respect that you have for me, would you call me to your program? One thing is that I've always preached, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to be perfect. And in doing so is by trying to make other people perfect. Unless that is my own quota, because at the end of the day, I don't fear any man. It's only God that will answer. When we die, we go and meet God. And God will tell you your scripts, what you have done or what you have not done. So where I've gone wrong, I'm trying to correct it. I'm trying to make the younger ones also correct it themselves. Not to put them down, but to encourage them to come, because we have talented people. How can you say that the amount of the Yahoo boys, this is it? Do you know what it is for you to defraud a system in technology? Why don't we take these people and we orientate them and put them back into the system? We don't do that. Banks will say, no, we do not want what's it called, Kini.
Well, Otunba, our time is fast spent. I know you have a busy schedule.
Yes.
So thank you very much for coming. We've identified that, well, Nigeria is on the right track, and it will continue to get better. And you say, the president quite well, he loves, he's passionate about this country. And whatever that he's doing, the president said recently that the war is over or something like that. That the worst is over.
Yeah.
So we really want to. Though some people have challenged that statement that the worst is not over, but
it's democracy. They can challenge it.
That the worst.
I believe that. So
and the worst is when the power is stable. When the economy is quite buoyant, when there are jobs for our youths and they don't have to go to other countries just to make a living. They can say yes, the worst is over. When every Nigerian is safe and there's no terrorism, no banditry,
we'll get there.
We'll say the worst is over. So thank you very much, Otunba Dr. Adejare Adegbenro, the Otunba Laje of Owo Kingdom, and the country director of International Society of Diplomats, ISD, UK. He is the founder of Otunba Adejare Adegbenro Foundation, and recently appointed as International Liaison Director, a patron and protocol officer of Senshi Educare OY in Finland. He's a security expert, he's a peace advocate, and everything has been about peace. What a peaceful man. So that's the show today. Many thanks for watching. Till next week when I come your way again with another eminent personality, I say to you, stay safe and stay out of trouble. Bye for now.